The
It's a
bipedal
question that has
locomotion, the
captivated
mid-tarsal
people for
brain, it's
generations,
unlike any
and
known
at the
primate.
heart of it all
This
is
footage
Bigfoot.
warrants serious
This
scientific
mysterious
investigation.
creature is one of the most enduring cryptids in modern folklore. To some, Bigfoot is a large, undiscovered primate. To others, a surviving hominid species. And for many, it's simply a legend. But the enduring fascination began with something very tangible. Big footprints found in the dense forests of the Pacific Northwest and the rich oral histories passed down through generations of Native American tribes. Long before the name Bigfoot was ever coined, stories of a hairy, bipedal forest dweller existed in cultures all over the world. Native American tribes, in particular, have deep-rooted legends about such beings. The Lummi people of Washington state, for example, have tales of a large, white-furred figure who would steal naughty children and carry them away into the darkness of the woods. The STS Sales people, a coastal Salish tribe, had legends of Sasquatch, a term that became the most widely used synonym for Bigfoot. These creatures were said to be powerful, hairy, and masters of the forest, often seen as guardians or tricksters, not just simple animals. The oldest known depiction may be from the Yokuit tribe, whose ancient rock art in California's Tule River Conservation depicts a family of hairy, bipedal figures, known to some as the family. The legend entered the mainstream consciousness in 1893, when future U.S. President Theodore Roosevelt included a terrifying story in his book, The Wilderness Hunter. Roosevelt recounted a tale from a seasoned trapper named Bauman, who described a harrowing encounter with a foul-smelling, bipedal creature. According to Bauman, the beast stalked him and his partner, systematically destroying their camp and their supplies. The encounter reached its terrifying climax when the creature ambushed and killed Bauman's friend, leaving him with a broken neck and a look of sheer terror on his face. This account, from a figure as credible as a U.S. president, helped push the myth of a mysterious forest creature out of the realm of isolated folklore and into a broader American narrative. The footprints and the famous film. In 1958, the legend got its name. A group of road construction workers in Bluff Creek, California, found a set of massive, human-like footprints measuring over 16 inches long. One of the workers, a bulldozer operator named Jerry Crew, made a plaster cast of a print and brought it to a local newspaper. A reporter, captivated by the discovery, dubbed the creature Bigfoot, and a star was born. The story, along with the cast of the massive foot, was quickly picked up by national news outlets, transforming a regional legend into a global phenomenon. But the most dramatic evidence arrived in 1967 with the now infamous Patterson, Gimlin film. Unlike earlier accounts that relied on oral reports or plaster casts, this was an actual video recording. Filmed just a few miles from the original Bluff Creek site, the 1-minute clip shows a large, hairy, bipedal creature walking away from the camera. The film, shot by two cowboys named Roger Patterson and Robert Bob Gimlin, ignited a global frenzy and became the single most important piece of evidence for Bigfoot believers. The creature's unusual gait, with a bent-over posture that many experts claim a human could not replicate convincingly, has been a key point of debate for decades. Anatomy of a primate mystery. The film itself has been endlessly analyzed and scrutinized. Experts and enthusiasts alike pore over every frame, searching for clues. One of the most debated aspects is the creature's pelvic rotation and lumbar flexion. While a human spine and pelvis allow for a swinging motion of the hips, the creature in the film walks with a different kind of movement. Its shoulders are broad, its arms long and gangly, and its overall posture appears more primitive than a human's. Many Bigfoot researchers, like Dr. Jeff Meldrum, a professor of anatomy and anthropology, have argued that this specific gait would be incredibly difficult for a human in a costume to fake. The creature walks with a flat-footed plantigrade step, seemingly lacking the distinct heel strike and toe-off motion of a human. Its knees seem to bend forward in a way that's not quite human, and the weight distribution appears to shift from side to side in a manner consistent with a heavy, two-legged creature. Additionally, the fur on the creature appears to be uniformly thick and dense across its body, a point skeptics often use to suggest it was a man-made suit. They argue that real primates have varying fur thickness and color, with some areas being denser than others. However, proponents argue that as an undiscovered species, Bigfoot's fur might simply be a new type of primate characteristic. The sheer size of the creature, which is estimated to be over 7 feet tall and weigh more than 400 pounds, also makes it a formidable figure and an impressive visual spectacle, regardless of its authenticity. Eyewitnesses often describe the creature's muscle definition, noting its powerful, muscular legs and a conical head shape that is far different from a human's. Some accounts even describe a musky, foul odor, which has been a recurring theme in reports for centuries and has no clear explanation beyond the presence of an unknown animal. The skeptical viewpoint. For every piece of evidence, there is an equally compelling debunking. The story of Bigfoot, particularly since the 1950s, has been plagued by confessions and hoaxes. Over the years, several individuals have come forward claiming to have been the person in the suit or to have created the costume. One of the most notable claims came from a friend of Roger Patterson's named Bob Hieronymus, who said he wore a gorilla suit for the film. He even described how the suit, made from synthetic fur and horsehide, was padded with shoulder guards and a helmet to give the illusion of a more massive body. A family connected to the 1958 Jerry Crew footprints also came forward, claiming their patriarch, Ray Wallace, had carved the wooden feet used to create the original prints as a prank. In fact, Ray Wallace even gave an interview to researcher Robert Pyle where, with a smile and a wink, he told Pyle not to waste his time looking for Bigfoot because he doesn't exist. These confessions have led many to conclude that Bigfoot is simply a product of human ingenuity and folklore, created to satisfy our desire for mystery and adventure. The lack of a body, bones, or a confirmed DNA sample remains the most significant roadblock for believers. A large, ape-like creature would have to leave behind a substantial amount of biological material, yet all alleged hair and scat samples have been definitively tied to known animals, such as bears, deer, or even humans. The Bigfoot Field Researchers Organization, BFRO, while a powerful advocacy group, has yet to produce a single verifiable piece of definitive evidence in its decades of existence. A global phenomenon. While the American Bigfoot story often gets the most attention, similar tales are found all over the world. The Yeti, or abominable snowman, of the Himalayas is perhaps the most famous international counterpart. There is also the Yowie of Australia, a large, hairy, ape-like creature said to inhabit the outback, and Almas in Central Asia, a kind of wild human or hominid said to have a human-like appearance. These global stories suggest that the human imagination is captivated by the idea of an unknown, powerful creature living on the fringes of our world. The psychology of belief. So why do we cling so tightly to the myth of Bigfoot, even in the face of compelling counter-evidence? Part of the answer lies in our innate need for a little mystery. In an age of GPS, drones, and satellite imagery, there are few places left on Earth that are truly unexplored. The idea of an undiscovered species, especially one as large and intelligent as Bigfoot, offers a tantalizing glimpse into a world that still holds secrets. It's a modern-day call of the wild, a primal echo of our past as hunter-gatherers, and a reminder that we haven't yet tamed every corner of the planet. Believing in Bigfoot is, in a way, believing in the possibility of the unknown. It also taps into our ancient fascination with cryptids, creatures that fall somewhere between myth and reality, living at the edge of our perception. Ultimately, the story of Bigfoot is less about the existence of the creature itself and more about our enduring need to believe in a wild, unexplored world, a world where the impossible can still be found just beyond the trees. It's a reflection of our primal fascination with the wild and untamed, a part of us that yearns for a bit of the unknown in an increasingly mapped-out world. For more deep dives into the world's most fascinating mysteries and creatures from ancient times to modern myths, be sure to subscribe to my channel, Paleo Insights. What other legends would you like to see us explore?